Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's Championship Sunday. It's going to be a big day. Winner of today's games are going to be heading out to Glendale for the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 57. And we got some pretty fantastic matchups. First off, we've got the NFC Championship game, where we have the San Francisco 49ers, led by Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, and the rest of the crew, to go against the Philadelphia Eagles, led by Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, and others. I mean, really, I'm naming a lot of the offensive players, but I feel like the defense is probably going to be the biggest factor in this game, because you've got probably two of the best defenses in the league right now. I mean, it shows because they're both still in it. I mean, granted, the real argument is for the Eagles' offense, because Jalen Hurts has been nothing short of fantastic. I mean, I've been saying from the beginning of the year, he went in and did the work, and it's showing, because he's probably gotten to be a lot more crisp, a lot more accurate as a thrower of the ball than he has been pretty much even going back to his Alabama days. I mean, this dude is literally refined as a passer. I mean, don't let all the stuff that he's actually done with the read option fool you, because they have worked a lot of that, and very successfully, I might add. I mean, you could argue that's probably another version of what you would expect from the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson. But at the same time, a lot of this works out because, again, Jalen has just put in that work. But not only just Jalen, the addition of A.J. Brown to add with Devontae Smith is certainly something that's taken them over the top, and it's made a significant difference from where they were last year to where they are going into today. And I honestly feel like for as imposing as San Francisco's defense has proven, they actually also have shown weaknesses, particularly against the Raiders when they went out to Vegas against the Raiders, and didn't necessarily have the greatest of days. And more importantly than that, this was against Jarrett Stidham, of all guys. Now, I don't take a whole lot away from Jarrett Stidham, but he hasn't necessarily proven to be anybody that necessarily knocks your socks off, at least based on what I've noticed. But my personal take on that, we'll see if he can prove to be the guy, seeing as how the Raiders have gotten rid of Derek Carr, or whatever happens from all that. We'll find out with time. But that's a whole other subject. More than that, they actually did have a few issues going against the Dallas Cowboys last week, particularly with a few defensive lapses that you saw, where CeeDee Lamb was actually able to get some really good openings against them. And I just feel like the combination of both A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith can be problematic for that. But that also depends on the front seven, specifically Greenlaw, Fred Warner, and Nick Bosa specifically. I mean, those are easily the stalwarts of the defense. I mean, the secondary's come along, but, I don't know necessarily that I like them the way that I thought I did. I mean, they certainly made plays last week. Jadarius Ward, coming over from Kansas City, is definitely added a presence to that secondary, but I'm not really sure that if push comes to shove, if Brock Purdy and the offense don't score points to the extent that they're capable of, then it's going to be a really long day for the 49ers, I think. And I honestly believe they're capable of that, because Philadelphia's defense isn't necessarily unbeatable either. I mean, if you can find the necessary combinations going against them, they could be beat too. It's not like you're going to see a total of 20 or something points scored a game. I imagine we're going to be close to the 30s. I can't say that either team goes above 35, honestly, but you never really know any given Sunday. That's just the way that works. But all in all, especially given the fact that Christian McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell, who I feel like are going to be the most important aspects of this game today for San Francisco, along with Deebo Samuel and George Kittle, of course, but I feel like those two specifically, because they're carrying the ball. As my uncle would say, they're the running backs. They touch the ball more than anybody next to the quarterback and perhaps the center. But, if they're right, I feel like they could really be a factor in this game. And that honestly could favor the 49ers. I just feel like the Eagles have them a little bit outmatched at the very least. Some believe it's not even close, but I feel like we're going to get a much better contest than that today. I'm going with the Eagles in this one, and it's going to be by a touchdown. I'm going to say we're going to go something 31-24, the Eagles. And now we go to the second matchup where we have the AFC Championship game. The Cincinnati Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, who, interestingly enough, as a lot of Bengals have been wanting to put it, are headed into Burrowhead. Leave that. Do what you will with that. Do what you will with that. That's not my table. I'm not even going to say much about that. And really just touching on that particular note in and of itself, I really don't think much of anything that's been said regarding the whole Burrowhead stuff, because I know bulletin board material is a thing, and the Patriots seem to have just had a hard-on for that over the years, and it was proven, but, that's just really my whole 2 cents on that. It's just going to be about the matchups, but the funny thing about it really works out on 2 different levels. You have the Cincinnati offensive line where, 3 of the starters were supposed to be out, and they weren't even supposed to be as effective as they have been at this point. Yet, they went in against the Buffalo Bills at Orchard Park and just did damage. I'm trying to think of who. The Baltimore Ravens. Now, that one was a matchup where you could argue they survived that, and if Lamar Jackson were playing, I would be inclined to look at things entirely different as far as my predictions right now, because in my personal opinion, if Lamar Jackson is healthy and had been playing, the Ravens go to and win the Super Bowl. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm putting it out there right now, and I know if was a fifth, blah, blah, blah. To hell with all that, all right? You insert Lamar Jackson into this scenario, the Ravens are winning the Super Bowl this year. It's just, there's no doubt in my mind about that, but we'll see if that even comes close to being true. We'll see what those contract negotiations are like. Again, another conversation for another time. But focusing on the opposite in the Kansas City Chiefs, who are defending against Burrowhead Stadium and all, their pass rush actually has been pretty impressive. Chris Jones is a monster that can either plug up the middle or he can actually go after you from the edge at times if need be. Although they've got guys like Frank Clark and I don't want to mess up the dude's name, but I'm just going to call him George. He's certainly been a factor off of that edge, along with the other guys that they have coming on. I don't know why I'm drawing blanks with them right now. But they've actually been pretty damn good. Say what you will about that defense, but they actually get it done. I can't take anything away from them. But they're here now, and they've actually got redemption on their minds. And not only that, they've also got Isaiah Pacheco, along with Jerick McKinnon, who honestly have been absolute monsters out of the backfield one way or the other. And especially McKinnon. I gotta say, if either or both of them go off, that's not good for the Bengals. But the Bengals do have the kind of defense that can sustain that. So maybe it just comes down to that matchup of Burrow versus Mahomes. And we'll see who wins this one this time around. I know history does favor the Bengals, but I don't know. I gotta believe that I can't see the Chiefs losing 2 consecutive AFC championships in Kansas City consecutively to these dudes. I just, if we're living in a world where that's possible, then I'm gonna have to be a little subjective at this point. The Broncos are sweeping the Chiefs next year. I'm just putting that out there. I know that's probably not going to be how that works, but I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, I'm just going to put the energy out there right now. If the Bengals actually win this, the Broncos sweep the Chiefs next season. But I'm going to leave that at that. I'm probably going to be wrong as all hell for that one. And I'm going to be proven incorrect. I'm pretty confident of that as well, because the Chiefs aren't going to be going anywhere regardless of the outcome. But I just feel like they're the better team this time around. I've got them in this one. Probably just as close. I'm going to say more, and this one's definitely going to be a higher scoring game, by the way. We're going to say this does break 30s. We're going to go Chiefs 38, Bengals 35. And that is going to be my predictions with roughly less than 30 minutes, actually, 25 minutes to go before kickoff. Oh, I guess it's going to be 4. No, that's for later. The NFC Championship is the game that's getting ready to come on within 25 minutes. But anyways, going to go ahead and get this uploaded. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm definitely going to try to put a little bit more out before the game start, hopefully. Maybe one more. Thinking maybe talk about last night's Royal Rumble, because, man, that was amazing. But neither here nor there. Excuse me. Again, let me know what you guys think. Drop the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe. You know how all that works. Thanks for being here, and stay tuned, y'all.